and welcome to today's reflection. Today we are going to look at just a few verses in Mark's Gospel, which is our lectionary reading for today, Mark 1, and we're going to look at verses 23 through to 27. And I think it's quite interesting to note that there are several things to listen out for really in these verses. It's a passage about Jesus teaching in the synagogue in Capernaum, and while he's there, someone with an impure spirit, or the impure spirit within him, shouts out and recognises Jesus. And I think possibly some of the things that have struck me about this is the idea that sometimes people think that churches are full of good and holy and pure people, but as this reading shows, actually churches are full of just normal people who bring with them all their worries and concerns and troubles and ailments. It also surprises me that although the people struggled to understand who Jesus was, although you can see the light switch turning on and they're beginning to understand that there's something special or different about Jesus, it is in fact the impure spirit that recognises who Jesus is and shouts out and names him. Anyway, so here is the verses from Mark's Gospel, chapter 1, starting at verse 23. Just then there was in their synagogue a man with an unclean spirit, and he cried out, "What have you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." But Jesus rebuked him, saying, "Be silent and come out of him." And the unclean spirit, throwing him into convulsions and crying with a loud voice, came out of him. They were all amazed, and they kept on asking one another, "What is this? A new teaching with authority. He commands even the unclean spirits, and they obey him." And I guess perhaps maybe our take-home thought for today, the thing that maybe we can ponder on, is just this idea of how we recognise Jesus and how those around us might recognise or see something of Jesus. And if they don't have opportunity to perhaps hear the Bible or to come to church, then it's our job to help them see something of who Jesus is within ourselves. And not necessarily to stand on our soapbox and to preach, but we need to live in such a way that allows those around us to see something of who Jesus is and to be able to recognise Jesus within us. So our challenge, I guess, today is to not discredit or discount anyone, or to perhaps assume that certain people are better or more desirable than others, but that we have a role and we have a mission to bring something of God's love to all those around us, whether we consider them pure and clean or whether we consider them otherwise. Actually, Jesus is recognisable in and through each one of us, and we have a role to play